Welcome to the Essential Skills for Humaning podcast, where we explore the fundamental abilities and insights that make us better humans. Here's your host, Christina Eanes.
Hi, everyone. Christina Eanes here, host of the Essential Skills for Humaning podcast and founder of Eanes Training. Today, we're diving into one of the most underrated career skills out there. One that, frankly, can make or break your work experience and your growth opportunities. Managing up. Now, I can almost hear some of you saying or thinking, wait a minute, managing up? You mean managing my manager? And to that, I say yes, but maybe not in the way that you think. It's not about controlling your boss or somehow manipulating them. Nope. This is about learning how to build a productive, respectful, and mutually beneficial relationship with one of the most influential people in your work life, your manager. Because like it or not, your manager plays a huge role in your daily workload, the opportunities you get, how visible your contributions are, your career progression, and even your job satisfaction. When you learn to manage up effectively, you not only make your work life smoother, you create more opportunities for yourself and for your team. Let's talk about why managing up matters probably more than you think. And to do that, let's start by being honest. Your manager can have more influence over your career than almost anyone else in your organization. They decide what projects you work on, they advocate for you in rooms you're not in, and sometimes they can be the gatekeeper to your growth. I've worked with so many professionals who are brilliant at their jobs, technically gifted, hardworking, and full of great ideas. But they struggle because their relationship with their manager is, let's just say, not great. On the flip side, I've seen people who maybe weren't the most technically advanced in their department, but they thrived because they knew how to align with their manager, communicate well, and make that relationship work. So here's the truth. The better your relationship with your manager, the better your experience at work will be. Full stop. And that's where managing up comes in. Before we go further, though, we need to clear up a big misconception. Managing up is not sucking up, playing office politics, saying yes to everything, or trying to become your boss's best friend. That's not what we're talking about here. Instead, it's about communicating clearly and effectively, understanding your manager's goals and pressures, anticipating needs before they become problems, aligning your work with the bigger picture of the team, the organization, and building trust through consistency and follow-through. It's not about pleasing your manager, it's about partnering with them. Think of it like a dance. When you're in sync, everything flows. When you're not, someone's toes are going to get stepped on. So let's talk about the benefits of managing up. When you manage up well, here's what tends to happen. You get clearer direction because your manager understands how to communicate with you. You avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. You gain more autonomy because your manager trusts you. You get more visibility for your work. And you often get tapped for bigger, better opportunities. And there's a ripple effect. Your team performs better because communication flows more smoothly, priorities are clear, and there's less wasted energy. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Managing up can feel tricky. Why? Because you're working with someone who might have a very different communication style, personality, or work rhythm than you. Maybe your manager is a big picture thinker and you're a detail person. Maybe they're direct and blunt and you're more reserved. Or maybe they're not the greatest communicator themselves. That's where emotional intelligence comes in. You've got to learn to adapt without losing your authenticity. So, we have to provide a list, right, of strategies. So let's talk about 3 ways to start managing up today. 1, learn their language. Every manager, and human, has a preferred communication style. Some want the deep dive with all the numbers and charts. Others want the 30-second headline. Some like to get updates every day. Others only want to hear from you when there's something on fire. Here's your job. Figure it out. You can do this by observing how they communicate with others, noticing how they respond to different formats like email, chat, meetings. Asking directly, how do you prefer to get updates from me? Is another option. But the closer you can get to their style, the smoother everything will go. You're removing unnecessary friction. So here's an example. I once had a participant in one of these workshops on managing up, whose manager was drowning in emails, hundreds a day. This manager barely read them. So my participant kept sending detailed updates by email and getting frustrated when nothing happened. Once she realized her manager preferred quick hallway conversations or a single-page summary, she switched her approach though, and suddenly things started moving. 2, be proactive, not reactive. Don't wait for your manager to chase you down for updates. A simple weekly check-in can work wonders, again, depending on the manager's communication style. Here's an example. Here's what I'm working on. Here's where I need your input, and here's what's next. This shows ownership, keeps the manager in the loop, and reduces their mental load. And think about it. Your manager has a lot on their plate. When you make it easier for them to know what's going on, they will notice and appreciate it. Finally, ask better questions. Managing up isn't just about doing your job well, it's about helping your manager succeed too. One of the most powerful questions you can ask is, what's one thing I could do this week to make your job easier? It's thoughtful, shows initiative, and gives you insight into what's on their radar. Here's the mindset I want you to take away. Managing up isn't about hierarchy, it's about partnership. Your manager has goals, pressures, and challenges just like you do. The more you can understand their world, the more effectively you can work together. And here's the kicker. When you make your manager's job easier, they often make your job better. Now, I need to add a quick word on what not to do. Don't overstep. Managing up is not micromanaging them. Also, don't assume you know what they need. Ask. And please, don't fake agreement. Healthy pushback is valuable if it's respectful. The goal here is honest, open communication, not blind compliance. All right, let me share a story. I worked with a team where one employee, let's call her Maria, was frustrated because she felt overlooked for promotions. She did great work, but often clashed with her manager. Maria realized she was unintentionally making her manager's job harder. Several ways, by withholding updates until the last minute, questioning decisions without offering alternatives, and not considering her manager's bigger picture pressures. So she started making small changes, giving weekly progress updates, asking how she could help with the manager's priorities, framing concerns as solutions. What if we tried X instead of this won't work? Within 6 months, the tension was gone. Her manager was advocating for her, and she was even given the lead on a high-profile project. All right, managing is not a one-and-done skill. It's a relationship, and relationships take time. Check in with yourself. Are you aligning your work with your manager's priorities? Are you making communication easy for them? Are you building trust by following through consistently? Small, consistent actions will compound over time. Let's wrap this up. Managing is not about kissing up. It's about leveling up. It's about taking ownership of your role, strengthening one of the most important relationships in your career, and setting yourself up for greater success. And the best part? Anyone can do it. It just takes intention, curiosity, and a few practical tools. That's exactly why we created our course, Managing Up, Developing a Strong Relationship with Your Manager, to give you those tools, strategies, and mindset shifts to make this skill second nature. You can check it out at eanestraining.com if you're interested. Thanks for listening, and remember, great managers help people grow, but great employees, they make the relationship work.
Thank you for tuning in to the Essential Skills for Humaning podcast. We hope you've gained valuable insights to enhance your journey as a human being. Remember, practice makes progress. Keep honing those essential skills, and until next time, keep being the best version of yourself. For more resources, visit eanestraining.com.